I just finished filming my anonymous Q&A video and it put me in a very chatty mood. I really don't want to stop filming, so I've been wanting to do this video that you're watching now for a couple months, and I just wanted to wait until I finished the semester and was getting closer to graduation to talk about this topic. But I think it's super important, especially because if you missed it, the last question that I answered in that Q&A was, what are your plans for the future? And this is something that changes almost every single day, but at the same time, it's the same thing that I wanted since I was 5 years old. And it's something that I really do want to talk about and discuss because I think a lot of others will relate to this, but the truth is, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where my life will take me. Life is full of uncertainties, and it's almost anxiety-inducing to have to think and as if I have this grand plan for my life. I almost envy people that know from day one what they want to do and then do it. But I think I need to start from the beginning. In preschool, our teachers interviewed us and we had to write down our answers to questions. A couple years ago, I was going through my personal belongings when packing for college and I came across this piece of paper. At the bottom of the paper was the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And at 5 years old, I wrote a teacher. In first grade, I was obsessed with digging up treasures. I used to purposefully bury marbles and troll dolls in my backyard just to dig them up as if I found pure gold. I think this is because my house was built on an old Minnesota farm, and when I was very young, my neighborhood friends and I accidentally dug up horseshoes and different trinkets from the farm that used to be here, and that's when I realized that history is right beneath us. So I memorized how to say archeologist at 7 years old, and in first grade, I told everyone that I wanted to be an archeologist when I grew up. In second grade, the very same worksheet was given to us. This time, I answered with a pop star, followed by a little drawing of me at a mic stand with my top spiky ponytail with pink highlights, glitter, and basically Hilary Duff in a picture, because that's who I wanted to be when I was 7 years old. Or 8, however old you are in second grade. And by third grade, I was given a platform to write stories. I was given my first laptop at school. I wrote a 30-page story about a pilgrimage of an American Girl doll type of story, because that was what I loved most at that time, except her name was Lorraine and she was from the colonial time period. At the school that I went to, they really highlighted the value of writing, and they encouraged us as students to be writing as much as we could. We had the opportunity to self-publish books, aka the parents would laminate our pages and create a book for us. With this though, I can say that my first published book was in the first grade. I have published so many chapter books because of this. I have been writing since I remember learning how to write. By the time I hit middle school, I felt like I wasn't good enough to be those things that I wanted to be in lower school. I grew out of those passions. I realized that I probably would never be the next Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus duo. I wouldn't be Hilary Duff. I couldn't sing. I learned this because I started auditioning for not only musicals across Minneapolis, but my own middle school musicals, and I just couldn't sing. I got cast as side parts and people that didn't have solos, but it wasn't my calling. And that is when I really wanted to become an interior designer. Home decorating for me was like porn. I loved it. I was obsessed with it. It was my ish, and it still really is. I get such a high from home decorating and going to Target and seeing decor. Like, when I first moved out into my dorm room, I was so excited to get new bedding and match everything. I love it. Like, I would love to decorate people's houses for like a living. I don't think I would be very good at it now just because of trends, and like I think it's such a personality thing and it's something that somebody has to like pick out for themselves, but for myself, I love it. Up until 9th grade, I basically told people that I was going to become a home interior designer when I was older. But by 9th grade, I was just delving into my biggest passion and what I would consider myself now and what I would consider my path as a profession, and that is writing. I think I always knew I was a writer. I've always been writing. I just didn't really know that I could take it as far as I've already taken it with my published work. I also learned in high school that I wanted to become an English teacher because I had so many teachers in my high school that influenced me in a way that I wanted to give back and do onto another student the effect and inspiration that they gave to me as a student. I had such a positive experience with my English teachers that I wanted to be just like them. They were my role models. They are my idols in life. And so in a way, I knew at 5 years old that I was going to do exactly what I'm doing right now, writing and becoming a teacher, and that's what I'm going to school for. But at the same time, I juggled a lot of different ideas as to what I wanted to be when I grew up. Part of me still really wants every part of that. I would love to go on like a dig, an exhibition, and just like be an archaeologist for a day. I don't think I would completely understand the science because science and math were the most difficult classes for me growing up, but it would still be really fun. I recently went to the Museum of Natural history in New York. It was amazing. I definitely recommend that museum. I went to their mummy exhibit. I learned so much. That type of history really like intrigues me because it's archaeology. Like, they dug this up. They found this in the dirt and it's amazing. I still would love to be an interior designer. Like, I would love to do that. So yeah, from one perspective, it looks like I know what I'm doing. It looks like I've always known. But from another, I have no flipping clue what I'm doing. I don't know what I want to do. There were so many things that I wanted to do growing up. How do I know that what I chose is right for me? And I don't know if I'll ever really know. All I can try to be is the most successful person I can be doing this. And I think I'm on the right path. I definitely think I have the potential to be successful as a writer and as a teacher. I think I would be good at it. I have experience being a teaching aide and a teaching assistant and working in a summer camp. And as for the pop star thing, like, honestly, I just wanted to affect people's lives and have an influence. I wanted to be known, not because I wanted that fame, but because ever since I was a child, I think I always had this fear of being forgotten after death. And I just want to leave an impact so that maybe, even if it's just one person, someone will know me after I die and I won't become another grave in a cemetery. There was this great line. It's from a Macklemore song that just came out. He says in it that they say that you die twice, once when they bury you in the grave, and a second time, the last time somebody says your name. The second death there, that's what I'm afraid of. At the moment, I think my life path is finish my English degree, apply to grad school, maybe go to grad school if I get into the schools that I really want to go to, but I'm not going to half-heartedly choose a school that I don't like for the degree because that's when it's not worth it. Grad school is expensive, and I'm not going to do something if it's not something that I absolutely want to do. And then everything else I feel like is out of my control. Getting married, starting a family, like that requires another person. So at the moment, that's my plan, school and career-wise. But I also have no idea what's going to happen. I also just want to make content and be what you would consider a full-time YouTuber. I would love to have my passions and create really creative videos on here that I love and get paid for it and be able to continue to do that. I would love to build up a big enough audience to publish a book and have people that will buy it. But that's not as insured as going to school and becoming a teacher. Even writing as a career is very unstable at this point, so I can't even do that. Most writers have a different job. I don't really know what's going to happen. I honestly don't know what I want to do, but at this point I'm just going to see what happens, see what life has in store for me. And maybe if you're going through the same questions at this point, like, I'm about to graduate and I have no idea what's coming. I don't know where I'm going to be in a year from now. Hopefully not in this bedroom, but I've been saying that for a couple years now and I'm still here, so who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. And as terrifying as that is, it's also reassuring because, like, anything could happen. I wanted to be a lot of things growing up. I had a lot of different career ideas, and as a child it was exciting because you kind of view your life path as like anything could happen, and yet here at 22 I'm still under the belief that anything can happen. Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. I think this will be a really fun video to look back on when I do realize what happens, and maybe if I'm sitting one day in my own apartment with my graduate degree, like an MBA in writing, or with my first book, or with 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, watching this video and just kind of feeling like I made it. I just want to look back on this and feel comforted by the fact that everything works out. I don't know what's going to happen within a year from now. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow, but that's my plan. That's what might happen, and this is like a little time capsule for me. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Comment down below your current life plan or what you want to happen, dreams, whatever. Let's have a conversation about this, but thank you so much for watching this little ramble. It was definitely therapeutic for me to talk about all of this stuff, and I hope that you enjoyed a more laid-back video like this. Don't forget to give a thumbs up because this does help my content, as well as comment down below and subscribe to this channel. We really are like one big family on my channel. Lots of love to go around, and it's never too late to join. All you have to do is hit subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the bell because this notifies you every time I upload a new video, and I always shout out the first comment on my socials, so be sure to be following those as well. I hope that you were having a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!